No doubt about it, self-storage is everywhere. And I often get asked the question, well, is it too late? Did I miss the opportunity? Has self-storage peaked and is it too late for me to get into business? Well, let's talk about that today. My name's Mark Helm and I'm the author of Creating Wealth Through Self-Storage, and I'm the creator of the Quick Start Academy. And I support the small investor who wants to get in the self-storage business or who wants to grow their self-storage business, strategically do so in a way that creates true wealth and a fulfilling career. And I often get asked, like every week, is it too late? Did I miss the self-storage opportunity? Well, the short answer is no. But let's go into depth why I think the next 10 to 15 years, self-storage is offering an unparalleled opportunity for the small investor. So if you look at the state of the industry right now, what you'll see is that there's about 49,000 facilities in the U.S. Only about 20% of facilities in the U.S. are owned by REITs, the large institutional publicly traded companies. Only 20%. I mean, think about multifamily. In multifamily, over the last decade, almost all of the large sales I've ever seen are REITs, multifamily REITs buying or building multifamily projects. Think of retail. What percentage of all the stores out there are large chain stores? Think about shopping centers, power centers. REITs own a huge proportion of all the big shopping power center malls that are out there. But yet in our industry, they only own 20%. It's a fairly new industry. Here's another interesting statistic. 62% of all self-storage facilities are owned by someone who just owns one facility. So think about that a minute. Approximately just a little under 30,000 facilities are owned by somebody that's the only facility that they own. This is still very much a mom and pop business. We see a lot of the big players and a lot of big storage facilities, but overall, this industry is still very mom and pop. That's where I think the real opportunity is over the next 10 to 15 years. Because I tell you, 10 years from now, the REITs are going to own a lot more than 20%. What's interesting is what drives these smaller facilities, what I'll call these mom and pop facilities, to the market, in most cases has nothing to do with cap rates or current values. Usually there is a change in the ownership. There's a death, there's someone retires, someone moves, and then those facilities hit the market. My experience is a lot of those facilities are not in any kind of condition that a REIT would even look at. You can make millions by buying these mom and pop facilities and turning them into institutional grade, something a REIT would look at. There is a lot of opportunity out there. And let's look at the population. One of the main drivers for self-storage is population growth. I've learned that population growth will fix almost any problem you've created in the self-storage business. But is the U.S. population growing or shrinking? Well, it might not be growing at the same rate that it was a few decades ago, but believe me, the U.S. population is growing. Just the growth alone is going to create more demand. Right now, about 10% of the public has used or is using self-storage. What if that changes to 12%? What if that changes to 15%? What if 5 to 10 years from now, 20% of a growing population is using self-storage? That is a huge growth in the demand for this product. So let me ask you, do you think demand for self-storage is going up or going down? Now, I know it may, for some of us, it may seem hard right now to find deals that work. And a lot of submarkets and markets are overbuilt with a lot of projects. Well, good. Good, because that will drive a lot of the non-serious people away, or people who are just dabbling or thinking about getting in it. They'll burn a few calories, can't figure out how to do it, and they'll go. And that leaves more opportunity for the rest of us. This situation we're in right now is just a blip. It is a part of a cycle. Just like a few years ago in these videos, I was telling you that this 95 to 97% occupancy you're experiencing, it's just a blip. It won't last forever. Continue underwriting at 85 to 88%. Same with this oversupply in some of the submarkets. It's just a temporary phenomena. Keep your eye focused on the real opportunity over the next decade in self-storage. Always be pulling your head up and scouting the entire landscape of the industry so you can see where we are and where we might be going. No matter what's going on, whether it's good times, bad times, overbuilt, underbuilt, there's always opportunities out there. The opportunities may change depending on the landscape, but there's always opportunity for savvy small investors to take advantage of whatever the current landscape is in the industry. Now, I know sometimes it takes courage. I know sometimes it really takes something to close on a storage deal that doesn't currently have the income that you are projecting or saying is going to be there, and then you have to go create that income to make that a viable deal. I know that takes something to do that, but that's where the opportunities are today. That's where the fulfillment is in this industry today. So next time you wonder or you hear the question, am I too late to get in the self-storage business? Has the opportunity passed? I hope you have a different answer than you may have had, or at least some more insight into why it's a good time to get in the self-storage business. Thank you very much. My name's Mark Helm. I'm the author of Creating Wealth Through Self-Storage, and I'm the creator of the Storage World Analyzer. That's the financial analysis tool we use to analyze the opportunities to see if it's something we're going to do. I will look at a mom and pop type facility, figure out how many square feet we can add to it, and what that cash flow, that income and expense will look like as it's going through the lease up and once it's leased up. If you're not using it, I invite you to look at it. StorageWorldAnalyzer.com, CreatingWealthThroughSelfStorage.com, hit the Storage World Analyzer tab. I look forward to being with you again soon, and thank you very much.